guys, that is it. So we are on our third lesson for transformations. Yes, we're on our third lesson for transformations. So far we've done translation, which was moving shapes and points left to right, up and down. Good. Previous lesson we did reflection, which was doing the mirror reflections on the x-axis, the y-axis, and on the line y equals x. So the third one that we are doing today are rotations. Now, unfortunately, I cannot show you the rotations using a protractor and how you would move shapes that way. So we'll have to rely on rules that are set in place to do rotation. Okay, guys. So first, obviously, we're going to start with important definitions. If you think you can write this fast enough, sure. If you cannot, I suggest you take a screenshot. So the first thing that you have to be given is the angle of rotation. Okay, which angle are we rotating our shapes in? Are we rotating it 90 degrees, 180 degrees, or 270 degrees? So A, we have to be told the angle of rotation. Okay, and then we have to be told the center of rotation. Where are we rotating this shape? It's usually the origin. Okay, usually. And then direction. So the two directions that we're going to deal with are clockwise and anti-clockwise. Clockwise. Remember, guys, you can zoom in on your own devices. All right. We can zoom in on our own devices. Okay. So those are our three definitions that we have to know. Now, let's discuss what clockwise and anti-clockwise mean, because I know there might be someone who's like, wait, which way is clockwise? And which one is the other one? There we go. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So a clockwise direction. So I should highlight this. This is a definition and picture that shows us which direction is clockwise. Clockwise means we are turning in the same direction as the hands of the clock. Okay. So you can also describe it as turning to the right from the top to bottom. So if you're there, you are going to the right. All right. Which means anti-clockwise is the other way. You're going from top to bottom, turning left. Okay. That is the opposite direction in which the hands of a clock go. Hopefully you guys still have watches and you don't all have those digital watches. I see you guys. Okay. I see you. All right. So those are the directions that we're talking about. So if we say we're turning in clockwise, it means turn right, basically. And when you say anti-clockwise, we are saying turn the shape left. Okay. So I'm going to wait a few seconds for you guys to take some screenshots of these definitions. Then we are going to get started. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. Now you're going to have to write this down, because remembering this is going to be a problem. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can look at the whole table at once. There we go. So this is the formulae I was talking about. So remember, I said we can't practice rotating using our protractor, because I can't put a protractor on the screen. Bombastic side. But anyway, we can use the rules that are in front of us right now. So these are our formulae that we're going to have. So the first one, it tells you what type of rotation we're doing. Okay. It tells you the original coordinates that we had, and then it will tell you what the new coordinates look like. Okay. Are we with me? Now let's start with a rotation of 90 degrees clockwise. You need to have both information. Okay, you can't just say 90 degrees. So now we're saying 90 degrees clockwise. So remember, coordinates are always written in the order: x coordinate, y coordinates. So those are our original coordinates. Okay, so to rotate a shape, What difference do we see from the original and the new coordinates? Let's see if you guys can see what you have to do. What is the difference between the original coordinates, which were X and Y, to the new coordinates after you rotate a shape 90 degrees clockwise? Which differences do you see? Let's look at the two, compare the two of them. There are 94 of you in here, so I'm expecting some answers. Remember, we said mathematics is not a spectator sport. Let's hear. Wonderful. There's our first difference. X becomes negative. Yes. And what's the other one? Yes, Novoyo?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, the y coordinate is put first, and the x coordinate becomes negative.
Wonderful. Thanks, Novoyo. So we swap the coordinates and then it becomes negative. Okay. So those are our two differences between our original coordinates and my new coordinates after I rotated 90 degrees clockwise. Now I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise, which is the same as anti-clockwise. Counterclockwise means the other way. Okay, so to the left. This is the same as anti-clockwise. Now what do we see? Now what do we see, guys? Now it's the y that's negative. Do we see that? We do still swap the coordinates, okay? But now the y is the one that becomes negative, right? So the difference between 90 degrees clockwise and 90 degrees anti-clockwise is what? Different ones are negative. So first, we know we're going to swap the coordinates. Either way, we know we're going to swap the coordinates, right? But in the clockwise one, x becomes negative, and anti-clockwise or counterclockwise, y becomes negative. Does everybody understand what that rule means before I move on? Thumbs up, thumbs down in reactions. New people, if I say thumbs up, thumbs down, you go to reactions and you give me a thumbs up, or you choose some thumbs down if you don't understand what I just said. Okay, I see some thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Now, let's move on to a rotation of 180 degrees. And then I just muted myself. Anyway, 180 degrees only has one rule. Whether it's anti-clockwise or clockwise, it doesn't matter. If we are rotating a shape at 180 degrees, what happens to the coordinates? Look carefully. They were X, Y, and now they are what? What's wrong with what's different about them? Look carefully, Mikhail. We are on 180 degrees. Which ones become negative? Both of them. Nice. Now, I need us to be careful about saying they become negative. I actually should have said it in the previous one as well. Okay, I need you to say in the previous, do they become negative? No, they just change signs. Okay, let me explain what I'm talking about, guys. If my original point is -2 and -4, what are my new points going to be? What are my new points going to be? Thank you, Tando. +2 and 4. Do you see what I mean when I say they change signs? Because this becomes a negative, -2, and a negative, -4, which means we're going to end up with +2 and +4. So we need to be careful and stay away from the vocabulary of saying they change signs, because they become negative, because in fact they don't become negative. If the original points were negative, that means they become positive. So they change signs. That's what it means. Okay, we're good. Do we understand what we mean? Everyone, thanks, Keratile for participating. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, now we're down to the last one. 270 degrees and clockwise as well as anti-clockwise. Okay, now Okay, I'm going to highlight the degrees. We've been given 270. First one, they say 270 degrees clockwise. All right. So 270 degrees clockwise corresponds with which rotation? Look at the rest of my table. Which one does it correspond with? Which one does it correspond with? Look at our table carefully. With the, yes, Bokang?
With the rotation of 90 degrees.
Which 90 degrees? Remember, there's two of them. Is it 90 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise? Bokang?
90 degrees clockwise, ma'am.
Look carefully. Clockwise says X is negative. In this case, our Y is negative. So which one does it correspond with? The anti-clockwise. Do you see that?
Oh, anti-clockwise.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
We see, guys. So the 270-degree ones and the 90-degree ones correspond with one another. So 90 degrees clockwise goes with 270 degrees counterclockwise. And 90 degrees counterclockwise goes with 270 degrees clockwise. Do you see that they're the exact same rules? Do we see that? I hope everybody made that observation. So depending on your degrees, this is why you have to be specified which degrees and of course which direction. Otherwise, you will change the incorrect ones. So actually, I think we should have had examples over here before we start my nice exercise and we start confusing everyone. I'm going to go on the side here. Okay, let's start with 90 degrees clockwise. If my original point is 2, negative. Why do I like 2 and 4 today? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. 3 and negative 1. Let us rotate this one 90 degrees clockwise. 90 degrees clockwise. So what's the first thing I'm going to do? What's the first thing I'm going to do? Anyone home? Hello? Swap the signs? No. Look at the rule, guys. Which one are we working with? We're working with the first one, right? This one. So we have a point here, X and Y. What is the first thing we have to do with these points? What's going on here? Let's look here. It's all right, Siamo, welcome. Swap the points. Thank you, Mikhail. So negative 1 will come first and 3 will come second. Are we done? No, we're not. What else do we have to do? What else do we have to do? We said X does what? What's happening to the X coordinates, guys? X coordinates. There's the X coordinate. It changes what? What changes about the X coordinate? Sign. So if it was positive, it now becomes negative. So my new coordinate is -1 and -3. Do you guys understand? You're very quiet, so I feel like we don't understand. We're going to do some more of these. Okay. We're going to do some more of these because it feels like we're all like, what? Okay, hopefully you guys have written down my rules as I have requested. I hope so. Okay, so I'm going to create a little line over here to give us space to do some more exercises. It's all right. It's all right, Oliver. Welcome. Okay, now let us rotate the point. -5, and -3. Okay, I want us to rotate those points. Let's say 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay, anti-clockwise. Clockwise. Okay. So first things first, do we swap the coordinates or not? Yes or molemo? Molemo? I can't hear you, so I'm not sure if it's my audio. Setabile, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Here we
Can
go.
you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I think the answer becomes -3 and +5.
-3 and +5 is what you said. Okay, so first we have established that we do swap them, but which one gets the negative this time? Remember, we're doing counterclockwise, right? Let's check which
Y.
it's the Y. So it's the one in front. So which one is supposed to actually get the positive, Setabile?
5.
It's the Y, didn't you say? Which one is the Y
Oh,
between
the Y
negative?
is. The Y is 3.
There we go. So our new coordinate is?
-3.
Remember it
Oh,
was
5 and -3.
okay. Let's look carefully, Setabile. The rule
Yes,
says
ma'am.
you have to change it. It has to be -Y and +X. You see that?
+X. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's write it the way I wrote it here. What's negative? What's the Y?
The Y is 3.
It's not just 3. It's
5.
-3. So let's set that again.
-3. Okay.
There you go. And then the X is just -5, right?
-5.
So then these two negatives, what happens with them?
They become positive.
There we go. So it's supposed to be +3.
+3 and 5. -5. Okay.
Nice. You see?
Change the signs. Okay.
So let's do more practice. You're going to get it. I like that you're practicing. We're going to get it, guys. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's do some more. I actually think I had way more complicated stuff to do, but I actually think we should spend more time just rotating points instead of whole shapes for now. Okay. Everyone, I hope you have written down these rules now so that we can get going and practice how to rotate the points. Okay. Let's do it again. Let's do another one. Okay. Now I want us to rotate the points 3, 7. Okay, and we're rotating this 180 degrees. So the rule for 180 degrees doesn't change. What's the rule for 180 degrees? Doesn't matter which direction we're doing. Okay, Malibongo, I'll go up to the questions I've done and give you a chance to take a screenshot. Okay. What are the rules for 180 degrees rotation, guys? Yes, Kendra. Yes, Kendra.
They both become negative, both X and Y. They change signs.
Beautiful. And do we swap them, Kendra?
No, they stay the same.
Beautiful. So just -3 and -7. Thank you, Kendra. Lovely to hear your voice. Okay. Kendra has it. Kendra has it. Guys, 180 degrees is the only one where we don't swap. Oh, we're not learning our rules. Look, guys. Look there for 180 degrees. No swapping. Only the signs have changed. So since they were both positive, they now become both negative. That's it. Okay, let's do some more of the 90 degrees and 270. Okay, now let's rotate the following point. -4 and +3. And I want us to rotate to 270 degrees clockwise direction. Yes, it's here. 270 clockwise. Here's the rule over here. Okay, thank you very much. Charlie has established that we're going to swap the coordinates. So let me first swap them. We have a 3 and we have a -4. One of these are going to change signs. Now look at my table and tell me which one it is. Let's look at my table. Let's tell me which one is supposed to change signs. Yes, Setabile. So your arm just went up. Yes, Setabile.
Ma'am,
Mm.
why change signs?
Y changes signs. So which one is our Y?
Y is 3.
3. So then 3 becomes
Negative.
beautiful. And we're done. We've done the rotation. Are we good, guys? Are we getting there? I think we're getting a little bit better. I think we're feeling a little bit better about this. Let's do like 1 or 2 more and then we'll move on to rotating whole shapes. Okay. Okay. Now I want us to rotate. The point -7 and -2. And I want us to rotate it 90 degrees. I'm going back to 90 degrees. Which one was this one? Clockwise. You guys want to go see the rule quickly? There's the rule. This one. We're back here. Okay, now let's do it. Let's rotate it. Who's going to help me with this one? Yes, Setabile.
Ma'am, do they swap?
Okay, let me swap them quickly. -2 and a -7. Okay, whose sign changes?
X.
X. Which one was the X?
-7.
Nice. So it becomes
+7.
beautiful. Guys, do we see how we're doing this? Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's have a thumbs up, thumbs down. How's everybody feeling so far? If I see a thumbs down, I'm going to have one more so we can. Tando, do you have a question?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. I have a question. I just wanted to find out. So I noticed on one of the other questions, the X was negative, and then the Y was positive. And then on the clockwise, 270. Okay, so I want to find out whether, if ever there's like a question where both of them are negative and we have to apply the rule, do we still like take out the minus, not the minus sign, the negative sign on the one that needs a positive, or do we just leave it that way because that's how the question came out?
You're saying if they were both negative, is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am. And then they
Okay.
asked us to change it to 270 degrees clockwise. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we have a -2 and a -5. As requested, we're going to do 270 degrees clockwise. So these are the original coordinates. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Tando. First, we have to swap them. Do you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, so it's going to be a -5 and a -2. Now, let's look at the rule here, Tando. It says which one has to get the negative? Is it the X or the Y?
Over here, it's the Y.
The Y. So who was the Y originally?
The Y was originally -5.
-5. Beautiful.
-5.
But now It already has a negative, so we have to put another negative in front. So it's going to become?
Negative, positive.
There we go.
So if in the original it has a minus, then
Mhm.
on the one where change on the answer, it's gonna instead have a positive.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
That's why I said we need to stay away from saying they become negative, because that's not what happens. What happens is they change signs. You see, I wrote it here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, because I'm afraid that someone's going to say they become negative. They don't become negative, they change sign. So if originally it was positive, then it's going to become a negative.
Negative. Okay.
But if originally it was a negative, it's going to become a positive.
Positive. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's do one more as requested. One more. What have we not done? Counterclockwise 270 degrees. We haven't done that. Okay, so let's do 270 degrees counterclockwise. Let me do this. And I'm going to write it over here. So I'm going to give us a point, and I'm going to say -1 and 2. And I'm going to say 270 degrees anti-clockwise. Okay, the rule is right here. First things first, are we going to swap them? Setabile is on fire today. Are we going to swap them? Setabile, I'm just waiting to hear what everyone else says in the chat. There are 103 of us in here, so I'm expecting way more responses than I'm getting. Okay. So we're going to swap them. So let me swap them then. A 2 and a -1. So who has a negative? Buhle nice. X has a negative. So who was the original X, guys? So it's not the new one. I think that's why you guys are getting confused. You need to look at the original coordinates. What was X originally in this specific one? It was -1. So then -1 becomes, what happens to -1? It becomes what? +1. Brilliant, guys. Oh, I think we're doing better with this. How are we feeling? Last check-in before we move on. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Are we feeling better about this? There we go. Nice. Okay, so I know I took a lot of time. Okay, Malibongwe, let me zoom out for you. I know I took a lot of time doing this, but if you can understand how to rotate points, you will easily rotate a shape. There we go. This is for people who want to take screenshots. There we go. Okay, nice. Now we're going to rotate one shape before we go to our brain break. Izo, where did we lose you? Were you here in the beginning of the lesson? Before I move on, guys, make sure you have this table, especially on screenshot. You are going to need it. You are about to need it now. We're going to use it. Okay. Hopefully screenshotters have screenshotted. There we go. There we go. Okay. So now we've been given two shapes, two triangles. Which one is the original? Let's see if we remember how we know which one the original is. Which one is the original triangle, guys? The one on the left or the one on the right? Nice, Chichi. I love it. The one on the right. Beautiful. The one on the right. Okay. So let me write the coordinates of the one on the right. This is P, Q, R. Right? That's triangle PQR. So then the point P we've been given was 3, 0, Q, 0, 0, and R, R is 5 and 0. Okay, 5 and 4. I'm not sure why I said 0. Guys, being sick is sick. It's terrible. 5 and 4. Wonderful. Now let's check P prime. So this is how you guys are going to be expected to solve these problems. Okay. Oh, Bokang says, how do we know which one's the original? Remember, Bokang, the prime means it was derived from the original. So if you look at this other triangle, it's really small, but you can see there's little lines on top. So it says Q, but there's a little line there. So that means it's not the original. That means it was taken from the original. Okay, so it's telling you that we started from P and then we rotated it or we reflected it or we did whatever, and we ended up with P prime. Okay, that's how we know which one was the original. Okay, so let's write the new coordinates after the shape was rotated. So P prime is now what? -3 and 0. Okay, I already see something. Q prime is 0 and 0 still. And R prime is -5 and -4. Is there anyone who knows what type of rotation this is? I can already tell before I even went anyway. 180. Why, guys? How did you tell it was a 180 degrees rotation? How did we know, guys? Excuse me. How do we know it was a 180 degrees rotation? They change signs, but also that's the only rotation where we do not swap the coordinates. Do you agree? Check my coordinates. They didn't swap. Okay. The signs both changed, but they did not swap. 3 is still first, 0 is still lost. Okay, the zeros we can't tell. But look at this. 5 is still first, 4 is still lost. So since we didn't swap the coordinates, it's the only reason way we can do this is through 180 degrees rotation. Nice, guys. Okay, screenshot quickly. There we go. Okay, now we have a nice, interesting one over here. Okay, original one, as we said, it's the one without the little line at the top. So that means the original one is this one on the right, okay? So coordinate P was 5 with 0. And now it's 0 with 5. Ooh. All right, 0, 5, okay? P, L, M, K, N was 3, 4. And now it's what? -4 and 3, okay? O was, oh, it's M, excuse me. M is 0, 0 in both of them. So we actually can't even use M for the rotation. Okay, so it's the same thing. Okay, let's see. Oh, screenshotters, I said you must hurry up. I'll go back just now. Yes, Setabile?
Ma'am, is it a 90-degree rotation anti-clockwise?
Okay, so you guys are saying 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So 90 degrees anti-clockwise, they say you must do what? So we will
The
swap them.
Y, swap them, and the Y changes sign.
And the Y changes sign. Now let's see, did we swap them? Yes. Did they change signs? Y? Yes, guys. Or what? Guys, there are two options here. There are two options. Yes,
or
yes.
270 degrees clockwise.
Yay! Guys, so it could have either been 90 degrees counter. Okay, let me say anti because I started it. Anti twice. or is 270 degrees clockwise? Thanks, Setabile. And then I write clocks. Clockwise. Nice, guys. Screenshoters, take a screenshot quickly, and then I'm going to go back to the previous one, and then I think we can go to our brain break after this. How's English? Difficult. Difficult. Okay, screenshotters, you better be done now. I hope we were awake this time. There we go. A few seconds for this one as well. Few seconds for this one. Your hands up for the brain break so far. So far, so long. Do you see English though, guys? And now because Chi like asked, now my brain is like, nah, tap out. Hands up so far. Hectic. Yes, I do, Kanyo. Yo, guys. You guys are making me feel better though. Okay, first one. Setabila, you ready? Would you rather find a tooth or a nail in, or a nail in your food?
A tooth or a nail? Hey, man.
You put your hand up. So let's go. Let's go. Hey,
Ma'am,
tooth. What's wrong with
a
it's someone
nail?
else's tooth, yeah?
A nail.
It's definitely not your tooth. Would you rather find someone else's tooth or someone else's nail?
A nail.
You'd rather find a nail.
Yes.
You know,
Because
people...
a tooth comes from somebody else's mouth.
Done. Okay, I said I was going to behave today, so Tabile, stop it. Okay, I'm done. Okay, look how Tabile is dead. Like, did you hear that laugh, guys? It came from the depths of the stomach. Chichi, are you ready?
Yes, I am with my dancing cat.
Would you rather swim in a pool of Coke or milk?
Coke or milk? Hey, I'll swim in a pool of Coke.
Guys, do you know how sticky Coke is? Like, walk out of there sticking everywhere. As soon as you walk out, you'll hear your footprints go on the floor.
Yeah.
What? No,
Yeah.
girl.
Like Coke, because like while you're swimming, you can just drink it while you're like swimming, you know.
That's
So you
no
don't get
guys. You are not breathing. Ngapha, you are swallowing, drinking. Ngapha is acid in your eyes. That's not like
dancing cat for you. There's a dancing cat for you.
What is it? Wait, give me a second. I can't see. Your camera's off, Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's full of nuts. I'm done. Miss Simona. She's like, imagine the milk turns brown.
Just imagine, because everyone is
Ice.
swimming in it, and like I'm sure someone was walking on the grass and is bringing some sand in
Imagine
there.
someone farting in Coke, Miss Simone. All you see is.
I don't know. I can't do milk. Also, milk is like thicker, you know, like that's that's.
Imagine Coke getting in your nose. That's juicy, yeah. And then you breathe in just a little bit. Now you're like, and you're dying. Chai, life is over. Yo, guys. You guys are dangerous. Oh, Luca, you ready for your question?
Yes, I am.
Would you rather be transformed or the
Sorry?
I said, Olivia, I'm gonna mute you just now. Would you rather be transformed into Shrek or the Beast from Beauty and the Beast? It's here. Yes, Olivia.
I think into the Beast.
Or you're gonna be here.
I think the beast. I honestly think the beast.
I don't know, guys. I don't know about the sun. Shrek is green, but the beast has hair everywhere. Guys, what if the beast sheds? Imagine what your house looks like. Like, no. Ew. That's not gonna happen. Umulemo, are you ready for your question?
Ma'am, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Are you ready?
Yes.
Miss Simone, you are cheating. The beast forever. Me, I wasn't talking about transforming backward. Forever. You are the beast. You are hairy forever. This one is cheating. Sorry, Umulemo. Would you rather spend the night in a coffin underground or in a haunted, abandoned hotel?
None of those answers sound appetizing. Probably a haunted, abandoned hotel, because I'm not gonna be stuck underground in a coffin all night where I can run out of oxygen.
You guys are cute. Look, there are people saying coffin there. Me, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Taylor's like, I'm gonna cry because I don't know what to choose. Crying is the option. Just let it rip. Okay, guys. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, our brain break is over. Let us do one more, and then we are sending you off to do your quiz. Okay. Yeah, okay, to be honest, I also hate being in small spaces. I would never spend my time in Tiara. Okay, that's the end of our brain break. I can't. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna do a rotation. So now we were interpreting rotations, but now we're going to rotate a shape. We're gonna obviously start by drawing it. So it says, draw a triangle PQR with the vertices 5, 0, 0, 0, and 4, -3. Hopefully we all know how to plot points, okay? So the first one is 5, 0, so it's on the x-axis. We have a 0, 0, so it's over there. And we have a 4, -3, so it's over there. Okay, now start thinking about how we are going to rotate the shape. Okay, it says 90 degrees in a clockwise direction. 90 degrees in a clockwise direction. So how is that going to work? I hope you guys have your rules in front of you. There's my triangle, and then I have to name it, obviously. P is the 5, so that's coordinates P. That's Q, and that's R down there. Now let's get our new coordinates. Okay, let's get our new coordinates. We are rotating this 90 degrees. What? I can't see over the chat. 90 degrees clockwise. So we're going from 5, 0. Q is not going to change. And R is 4, -3. So what's the first thing we're going to do to rotate this? What's the first thing we're going to do to rotate this? We're not listening. We are distracted, guys. I'm going to start leaving our brain breaks for the end of the lesson if we don't listen, if we get to them. First thing is to swap them. Thank you. So P prime, we're going to swap them. 0 and 5. Q is not going to change no matter what we do. And then Q prime, -3 and 4. Now we are rotating clockwise. So I want to know which one gets the negative. Which one gets the negative? Yes, Setabile.
Ma'am, X gets the negative.
So in this case, for P prime, which one gets the negative?
-5. 5.
Nice. And then for R, which one gets the negative?
4.
Here we go. So there are our new points. Okay. Hopefully everyone was with us. Tiara, because look, Q. If we swap them, it's still 0 and 0. And if you put a negative in front of a 0, it's still 0. Do you see what I mean? You can do the rules, but it's not going to affect the answer. It's going to keep staying 0 in. So just know when you have a 0, 0 point, whatever you do to it, it's going to keep 0, 0. So Q is not going to move, okay? Let's plot our new P. Okay, it's 0 and -5, which is all the way down here. And then Q is -3 with -4. Okay, maybe I should do it in a different color so that we can see the difference. There we go. And there. And the last point or line is over there. See, guys, that's why I said if you can rotate points, you can rotate shapes. And thumbs up, thumbs down for the last time. Did we all understand what we just did? Thumbs up, thumbs down. I only have 5 thumbs up, 6 thumbs up. Everyone else? Yes, Bokang?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to ask, this rotation is for 90 degrees or 270 or 180?
In this question,
Yes, ma'am.
they told us we were doing 90 degrees clockwise. You see?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.